Yes, good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning in any part of the world you are. There is a saying that goes, evil prevail when good men keep quiet. Necessity has warranted that I have to talk on this topic, and it has to concern our youths. Of late, you guys saw the trending video whereby a female military personnel decided to vex her muzzle, not a physical muzzle anyway, but the little privilege she has, that she's endowed with the almighty Nigerian Army uniform. This is something very bizarre, something very bad. It's not the first time that the Nigerian military has been suppressing Nigerian civilians. All arms of the military have done that numerously, to the extent that even when Nigerians have squabbles amongst themselves, they always call in the almighty army or police. Police is even lighter. Navy, Air Force, anything. And when they go in, it becomes now who get person pass. Why is necessary that I have to talk about this is it's not something we just have to overlook and say, oh, it's normal, it has been happening in Nigeria. We know the other time we saw in the southeast some 2 or 3 years ago when the Biafran agitators were there, and when the army entered, what did they do? Everybody was on the floor. They soaked these boys in muds, made a total mess of them. Till date, nobody talks about it. Nobody is even challenged. And they died off. We saw the other one again, where they dump civilians inside the gutter to drink mud water. Nobody questions the authority. And they get away with all this. We saw what happened during the NSAS protest and how our people suffered and how our people were challenged. No chance was given to them. I don't even want to talk about how the guns and bullets are used indiscriminately. But one thing unique about this particular case is that this is a poor girl who is on a national service. A national service that is supposed to be compulsory. Wearing the National Youth Service Corps uniform. A graduate. Hoping on a Nigeria with a better future. And what did she get? Total humiliation. Dehumanized. The person that did this to her, if you check, probably she's not even as learned as that girl that she's dehumiliating. And that is the system that prevails in our country. It goes on and on and on. We know it's not stopping tomorrow. We know it's not going to stop in the near future. In Nigeria, I remember when we were still in secondary school, as far back as the decade of the 70s, from 75 to 80, there was still officially recognized after the Civil War, especially in the Southeast. When I talk about the Southeast, I even comprise the South-South because then it was the same region. Especially there, the humiliation was unbearable. And what was the humiliation? corporal punishments. Military officers were sent into secondary schools and they were meting out corporal punishment on students, punishing them directly. And it was acceptable, an acceptable norm. We lived by it for years. Immediately after the Civil War, from 1970 until a little after, I think, the 80s, that was when they started vacating secondary schools in the Southeast. It was tolerated. We lived with it. We were brought up that way. But it beats my imagination that since 1980, if you check the number of years, over 40 decades, if not 45 decades, if not 50 decades, that this kind of humiliation still continues in Nigeria. I thank God for social media. If not for social media, nobody would have known about that. Probably the person that was taking that video was taking it for the lady, the victimizer. Little did she know that this was going to go viral. And I thank everybody that contributed. Everybody that dared open their minds by way of writing, talking about it. And I believe that someday, and only someday, we shall overcome all these things. And let me make it very clear. When things like this happen, I think you better don't neglect it and start saying it's not your business. What did the girl do? Or what did she not do? You better don't. Because if you don't stop them now, if you keep quiet, one day it will get to your turn and it continues and continues and continues without end. So it pains. And it pains really hard that in this decade, in this century, that people will be subjected to these inhuman acts. I saw a commentary on Facebook, somebody was saying this could be Igbo versus Igbo. Please, let's not tribalize this. Let's not make this to look like ethnicity. We're talking about humanity. Look at, it's unbearable. It's unbelievable that such a thing can happen. It's unbelievable. When I look at these things, let me just stop now. Let me pause and just, for some of you who have not really seen this, I just want to draw your attention to it. For you to know what we're talking about here. Just imagine. I play it once again for you to see if you haven't. You see that there is no human feeling. She's comfortably doing it. The only difference between her and the lady she's doing, just the uniform she's wearing. Funny enough, both of them are wearing Nigerian uniform. Both are wearing Nigerian uniform, official uniform. Even you see, things that happen, I look at it, I just start saying, what is really wrong with us? What is wrong with us? We come abroad, we complain about the white man victimizing the black man. How do you describe this? How do you, I don't want to say even a lady, doing that to a lady. Some few years ago, I saw one on Facebook. One boy approached a lady, maybe to talk her to accepting him or something, not knowing that she's a military officer. The next thing, she started showing her military might. Invited the boy, cornered the boy. The other military were enjoying, and he was dehumanizing the boy. What offense? The boy said, I like you. If you don't like the boy, can't you walk away? Can't you say, no, I don't want? Is it a sin to like somebody? All these things are things happening in Nigeria. It's a commonplace. We don't even want to talk about what exactly today is happening in the whole of eastern Nigeria, the whole of southeast. But that will be my discussion for another day. I will come back to that gradually because I have decided to be making series of topics to discuss some issues that, in my opinion, doesn't really suit where we belong as a people. Believe you me, Nigeria is a very beautiful country. Just that, sadly, we have turned ourselves to being animals. Animals. And there is no end in sight. The situation is getting worse daily. People are becoming, there's no human feeling anymore. When I was a child, my parents used to teach me that the devil is dangerous, that you should be very careful. The devil does this. But even I was seeing the devil as a teacher of evil. But what I'm seeing today in Nigeria, I think the devil now is a junior student to Nigerians. I think Nigerians are now teaching the devil. Believe you me, and it's not even one place. The whole fractal of the society, from the leaders down to the followers, everybody is getting worse. We are losing it all. We are forgetting where we began. We are forgetting what we ought to do. We are forgetting who we are by our being and essence. Morality is fast eroding the place. Even under the cover of religion, a lot of havoc is being committed. But these are topics for another day. So, for today, let me stop on this particular issue because it disturbs, it worries. I am one of those who believe that the girl child should have her rights fully as enshrined in the Constitution. But if these are the kind of people that represents the future girl child, then we have indeed a problem. We have indeed a problem. Go down there. You see people that take up people's children to nurture them and grow them up as housemates. Maybe just for the simple fact that they might even be paying for their school fees. Some don't even pay. And these are young children, as little at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8. They are taken from their poor parents and made housemates. And this I'm talking about is especially in the Southeast, especially because I don't know what our women, our young ladies are becoming. I just don't know, especially in the South. You take up these children, you bring them to your houses to grow up. Some take red hot iron and iron the backs of these kids. Hot water, fried oil, everything. Then I wonder, what is actually wrong with these people? I really wonder. Somebody's child, a baby like your own, 8 years, 10 years, you subject her to inhuman treatment and call your own nke a bụ Chioma, nkem. You nurture that particular one that is yours. But the poor little girl you took from her parents' home, subject her to all sorts of inhuman treatment. And you come out, you answer, Madam, hey, what is happening? What is happening? You see, we are doing these things, we are seeing it, people, even the men themselves, the way they don't care, they don't even look around. You come home from morning to night, you're pursuing money. That money you cannot use. Some of them don't even get it. Some of them don't even get it. They jump from morning to night, hustling. At the end of the day, they end up in the beer parlor, get drunk, come home, put down their head and sleep off. In the morning again, they run away. The housemaid in your house, how she's faring, you don't care. You have not asked questions. At least bring out this girl. Check her out. Look at her. See what your wife has turned somebody's child into. Especially n'ala Igbo, in the Southeast. Because when we are talking these things, people say it's predominant in our area. These things cannot continue like this. Yes. These things cannot continue like this. I have seen the apology tendered by the Nigerian Army, but I can say forthwith it's not enough. Serious action should be taken. This lady in question should be used as a case study for future references. Of course, we know that some of these wild animals, but we'll come to the men when the time comes, who are putting on Nigerian uniforms. We know they will still repeat it. But we are on the lookout, we are watching them. We are watching them. Anyway, I think it's enough for this day. I can still come up anytime I see that something is wrong, something is really not working the way it's supposed to be. So expect me anytime. I'll still come in Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for listening. Once again, I believe that Nigeria deserves better. God bless you all. So have a beautiful day, my people. Until we meet again. Thank you.